Hi, I'm Hugh Sullivan, videographer for the Herald and Review, and as a Decatur filmmaker, I think it's amazing that we have our own local film contest. The Land O'Lincoln Credit Union 21 Film Project is going on its 7th year, and this year I'll be entering it for my 6th time. The great thing about a contest like this is the incentive it provides. When you know that there's an annual event coming up that gives you the opportunity to have your work shown on a big screen in front of a bunch of people, it gives you an excuse to take a good idea off the back burner and actually start working on it. So now that I'm getting started on my entry for this year's contest, I thought it would be a good idea to sit down with Chris Phillips, the Vice President of Marketing for Land O'Lincoln Credit Union, to talk a little bit about the contest.
YouTube was kind of just coming into play, and folks getting their 5 minutes of fame was starting to become a little more important. And we thought we could really play off that by kind of creating this sort of 4-minute film contest, utilizing our name and tagline some way in the film. We started out the first year, which I thought was a great, really great return in terms of films. We had about 40 films, but in the past few years, we've had upwards of 80 to 90 films. And when you think about that these films take, even though they're just 4 minutes long, they take 2 and 3 months of somebody's time to kind of create. 80 to 90 is a lot of folks doing that across the region and today over the world.
I've grown a lot as a filmmaker because of this contest, and I mean a lot. My first couple entries were really rough, but because of that incentive, I knew that if I succeeded in becoming a better filmmaker, that I would have an audience. And so for the past few years, I've been able to sit in a crowded theater and watch people laugh at my comedies. The contest has also changed a lot over the past few years. From the location of the award show screening to the amount and caliber of the entries, things are getting bigger.
You know, we've put more into it. Becoming part of the annual Decatur celebration, where thousands of people come through in a weekend, and being part of that festival is a huge portion of kind of growing it and gaining awareness for it. And then secondly, we just took a lot more opportunities to promote the film festival at a national level in terms of with websites and communications, and really reaching out to as many people regionally that we knew would have interest in this and probably promote it to their possible filmmakers as well.
For me, one of the fun parts of watching the top 20 films during the award night is to see how other filmmakers are using Decatur and the surrounding areas as a backdrop. So when they started pulling in films from farther away, it was a bit of a shock. On top of that, I had gotten used to seeing certain filmmakers entering every year. And so last year, when I saw a few of them didn't have any films in the contest, I was kind of worried that maybe someone with more technical skill that lived across the country maybe knocked them out of the top 20. But after the show, I talked with Chris Phillips, and he told me that actually a lot of them just didn't enter last year. Still, now that the 21 Film Project is on the radar of some more experienced filmmakers from around the country, how do local filmmakers get a leg up on the competition?
It's certainly not to put our regional central Decatur filmmakers at a disadvantage. And I think, to state this too, that the last 6 winners of the contest have all come from Central Illinois, so I'm pretty proud of that. But start with the story. The quality of the video doesn't matter. If it's entertaining, if it's something that's going to actually engage them to continue watching, they will. And so I fear that a lot of times filmmakers may have some decent equipment and may have some skill in that realm, but don't necessarily start with, what it is we're going to actually put on film. Ultimately, the judges are looking for those things that say to them, wow, that is, I enjoyed watching that in the end of the day. And I think that's with any film that you watch, whether it's the Hollywood blockbuster or something that we're going to show in our film project. The end of the day, you want to walk away from and say, yeah, that's something I really enjoyed, or I'd want to watch that again.
So if you're a local filmmaker, or you do video, you're just good with a camera, or you just like telling stories, enter this contest. It's free, you can win $1,500, and you can have your stuff playing on a big screen in front of a bunch of people. And you don't have to be experienced to do this. As long as you can tell a good story or make people laugh, you've got a shot.
We have folks that do this for a living, but we also have folks that just really love kind of the art of filmmaking. And I think it's really become sort of democratized in a sense, because everyone has a video camera these days. Everyone has access to some sort of video editing software at this point, that anybody really can make a film.
And like I say in all these videos, I love collaborating. So even though I've got my work cut out for me doing my own film this year, feel free to contact me with questions about the filmmaking process, or even if you're trying to get something done here in Decatur and you don't know how to go about it, I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. because I'd like to see more people in Decatur telling stories, and I would really like to see Decatur and the surrounding areas dominating that top 20 screening. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Go check out my personal channel where I have all the films, especially the ones that I've entered in the last 21 film projects. And check back every week where I talk about my experiences behind the camera.